What's going on, everybody? My name's Locaine Gaming, and we're back, but on different characters yet again. I am on Little Skittles, MVP of Blood Bowl and Blood Bowl 2, and I have AC Gamer with us,
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode.
and we also have Dark Dragon.
I'm Shalara the Shaman.
Yes, and we are in Kern's Tower entrance group, and we have three other people in the group. We got Kragros, Kunto, and Greylex, which is my father who's playing downstairs, so it's kind of funny.
And what do you think of this zone so far, man? I mean, I know we've been here for a while, but this has really been one of the few times that we've actually had a group during the peak hours. There's a lot of people on today's zone.
1400.
Yeah, 1,400 people total, and we got ourselves a group. Tell me that wasn't the flip of the coin right there.
Well, I mean, yeah, but sometimes it matches up for you. You know, sometimes you'll log on during peak hours, you can find a group right away. Sometimes you'll log on and you can't. You end up sitting there for hours upon hours. So, I'm happy we were able to do it. But this is a really cool zone. I like it a lot. It may be not to everybody's liking because it is, it has like undead skeletons, and some people don't like that laughter. I love it. I think it's very classic. It's one of those ones where you can hear it like years later and it brings back those memories of the game. But yeah, I do know that some people are like, "Oh, could you stop laughing already?" But yeah, I love this zone and I can't wait until we're a bit higher level and we can actually go upstairs and kill some of the creatures up there. We kind of did check it out a little while ago with some of the other higher level people that were with us. I think it was Chupa. He brought over his, I believe it was Druid, and he was buffing us up, and we were able to go up there and just wreck the place. But yeah, it's a pretty nice spot. What about you guys? What do you think?
Go ahead, Dark Dragon.
Yeah.
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 All right. So, I mean, I
I
had a.
I, I like
Go ahead, go
I
ahead.
like some. It is fun. It's one of the very rare undead zones, and it actually has a nice range for the characters. Because you can go downstairs to higher levels. So I would rate it a pretty good zone.
And great for necromancers. I mean, this is just a necromancer's wet dream, really, because every single one of these skeletons seems to drop one or two bone chips. And even if you're not a necromancer, even if you don't need bone chips for anything, you can make money by selling them, or you can hold on to them and do that bone chip quest, which can get you, I believe, what, to level 7 or 8 before it starts diminishing like dramatically on the returns of the bone chips you got to turn in to actually get experience. So you can get a few free levels there at for an alt or something like that. So if you do start over here and you decide down the road that you know what, I don't really like my necro, or maybe I don't like my monk, you can go ahead and pass those bone chips on to your alt, and you really don't lose a lot. I mean, you can get those levels back pretty quickly, and all you got to do is come back over here and you'll get those bone chips back. 10 to 20 platinum a stack, guys, over in Eastern Common Tunnels. Just stick them in the bank until you can make it over there. It's not like those things are ever going to go out of style. There's always necromancers looking for more bone chips. There's always shadow knights looking for a few. You won't find them looking that often because, unless they're soloing, they're probably not going to use bone chips all that often. But you always have those people who like to pass those beginner levels very quickly. So you'll have people with a lot of money going in there and buying a lot of bone chips. And most cities, like I said, have a bone chip quest. So you'll be able to do that and make a little bit of cash that way. So there's never a,
Still moment in Kearns.
yeah.
Ugh.
But they don't cast any spells either, as far as I can see.
Yeah, but the shaman should stop slowing.
Huh?
What?
Is he slowing? Are you slowing, Shalara?
Yeah.
How do you think he keeps taking aggro?
Oh, I didn't even notice. I mean, we're not taking very much hits, and we're wrecking these guys. We have three necromancers, a monk, a shadow knight, and a shaman. I mean, you really can't get any more DPS than that.
And our Shadow Knight is kind of twinked out.
One of our
One of our Necros
necros
left.
left.
Yeah.
And now we have two shamans.
Two
Oh,
Shamans, a Monk, a Shadow Knight, and two Necros.
Well, at least we got a little bit extra healing. I wouldn't say DPS yet for the shamans because you're such a low level, you don't really have access to those spells that do all those dots. But
Hey, 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 hey,
what they
hey,
don't, not yet.
hey. Who needs spells? All right. Shamans are great meleeers at times.
At times, yeah, I would have to agree with that. But I mean, at the moment, I don't know. What do you think? Do you do a lot of damage with your melee, or do you think you do more with your
That
healing?
that's the weapon that I have. So
Yeah.
25 delay with 9 damage. It's not bad.
Oh, don't attack that one. Don't attack that one.
Oh, your faction. You don't want to ruin your faction.
No, no, because you can't get that back up, guys.
I've already ruined my faction. So.
Attack what one?
The burn eye.
Mm-hmm.
But you can attack the other ones, the greater skeletons and things like
No,
that.
if I do anything right now, it'll count during the burn.
No, you. I
Somebody's
mean, you.
stats on it.
As long as you don't heal anybody or buff anybody who attacks that, you should be fine. But as far as just actually attacking the skeleton, you won't get any negative faction for that one.
I'm
But I
just
can see them out there attacking it right now. So
yeah, I'm just gonna stand here.
wow,
Until,
he's taking some hits there. Let him
yeah,
back up a little bit. Oh, somebody tossed a heal on him. There we go.
yeah, I'm not. No way.
Let's see how close is that to dead.
40.
Not very. They got it down to 32%.
Ah, don't worry. We'll get them.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys were gonna do fine right there. What is he con to you guys, by the way?
Red.
See, he's yellow for me, so he's right there above level 13 somewhere. Level 13, maybe 14 or 15, maybe.
Yeah, 14 or 15.
And they do drop pretty decent armor, guys. They do have an entire full set of gear that drops off of those guys. Unfortunately, you do get that negative faction, and that's why a lot of people kind of leave them alone.
Meh.
There are people there are certain races out here in the game that no matter what you do, no matter who you kill, who you talk to, what quest you turn in, you can never fix those factions. It's something they kind of fixed later on in the game. As time went on, they started giving you ways to fix that if you messed it up somehow, as a kind of a just a nicety, something that is there for you if you really want to take advantage of it. It usually was still very drawn out. So if you messed up your faction, it may take you months killing creatures of a certain different kind of race before your faction went back up with those people. And it may even mess up a second faction, which then you'd have to go kill another set of creatures for months to get them back up and before everything was hunky dory again. But it was possible. And this one, it's not possible. They just didn't put that into the game. So I don't know what I feel about that. I kind of like being able to fix your faction because people do make mistakes. They do attack things they don't mean to attack without realizing that you get bad faction. Because when this game first came out, you got to remember nobody knew what anything did. The only way you found out is walk up to something and kill it, and then you look down there and you're like, oh, I got faction with those guys. Do I need that? Who knows? But it's only after the trial and error that you figure out, oh, maybe I should not have done that. And so it's kind of messed up that those guys never could ever fix their faction ever again. So did all
Uh,
your races, all your classes out there, do you guys always kill the burn eye or no?
Oh, I do. I do.
not with these guys,
What guys?
the lizards. If I was
Well,
on another race or something, yeah, but
well, I mean, they're not really that important per se. I mean, they really do all that much for you. It's just kind of a nice thing to have where you don't have to worry about the aggro, especially as a pooler. Like if you can get away with being able to run by those guys, it's going to help you out pulling the skeletons down the road. But they definitely are a good experience and they are good loot for the most part. So I can see why some people go after them. Have you guys been up to the second and third floor before? Or no.
A long time ago. A long time ago.
And what do you guys think of it? Because there are a few names up there.
Great loot.
like I
Yeah,
said,
see,
Dude,
like
dude,
this
no,
too,
no,
but
Charlotte. No. No, and no. No. Do
what?
not try to give my dad Sao because when he zones, his computer has a bad time of DCing. So, no. I'm telling you ahead of time, no.
I offered. I was being nice.
yeah, I used to have that problem back in the day with a bad connection. Every time you would zone, you'd lose that connection,
It's not even the
and you have to.
connection. It's just, it says the game crashes, and it's a 50-50 shot.
Wow, that's pretty weird. Is it
See, and
because
he
it's
just said
a
it too. Thanks, but afraid if I zone, I get booted.
is that because it's an old computer or just fickle on that on the one he's using?
His computer was basically I took a whole bunch of computer parts and tried to make the best thing I could for an extra computer.
Oh, okay.
And I had a whole
Yeah, if
bunch
you
of guys
build
from college work on it too.
yeah, if you build your own computer, sometimes it doesn't turn out as well. I built my own
What?
computer with brand new pieces, and this thing still doesn't work the way I want it to.
It's
So
because you
yeah,
don't know it's not the equipment, it's the user.
oh yeah, I
Yeah.
guarantee you it's me. But there's nothing I can do about that. So until I can fix it, I just have to deal with it. So I know exactly what that's like.
My
Um,
first computer was a TRS 80, which I still have in storage. But every computer I've had after that, I've built, and I've never had a problem.
Yeah, I mean, some people know what they're doing. Like just like some people can use programs and write programs, and other people cannot. I'm one of these people who I have a fair knowledge of computers. I can, take them apart. I can put new graphics cards in. I can take the RAM out and put new RAM in. As far as building them from scratch, I thought I could do it. Turns out, not so much. So, yeah, my skills is not as high as I thought it was.
I like that.
Come
You never
on,
know
it's
until
just
you
like
try.
Not so
Legos.
much.
Yeah, it kind of is just like Legos until you start adding the software in with the hardware, and then you start running into weird problems. And the only way to fix those is to
Is
troubleshoot them,
is
and
to
troubleshooting is not easy.
is to install them in the correct order.
Yeah, that could work, but it doesn't always necessarily mean that it will. And then when you run into a problem, you have to narrow down,
Um,
what is it, the hardware? Is it the software? And
like
then, of
I've
course, to narrow it down, you have to figure out, okay, the graphics card works, but does the graphic card work with that RAM? Does it work with that CPU? Does it work with all three combined? Do you have any other ones to throw in there to test to see if it is that problem? And it starts getting kind of expensive and very, very time consuming is the problem. So,
Well, when it comes to checking to see if everything works, there are a couple websites that can tell you. Like you put in like everything that you bought, and it will say if it if it's compatible or not,
oh yeah,
or
yeah,
you know.
I use PC Part
you,
Picker,
you were
and
being
that one,
suspicious, by the way.
definitely tells you if it's all compatible. But even if it's all compatible, doesn't necessarily mean it's all going to work right because it's a computer. And computers, if there's one thing constant about machines, is they love to drive humans crazy, and they will just stop working for no reason. And
Not
for me,
mine.
mine do it all the
Not
time.
mine.
Mine will do
Yeah,
something
it's not the
crazy.
computer; it's the user.
Yeah, maybe. Because like I said, mine will do something crazy in front of me, and I'll record it happening, and I'll show it to my brother, which is really good with computers. He'll come over and he'll click the exact same buttons, and it works just fine. Sorry, I can't fix it for you because it's not broken. The moment he leaves, it does it all over again.
What
And I'm
OS are
literally
you
doing the
running on
exact
it?
same thing he's doing. I use Windows 7. I will never switch over to Windows 8 or 10. Spyware, spyware, guys.
Dude, Windows 10 is beyond spyware.
There we go. Got actually a kill over here. That all he was gonna do is pull those burn eyes there for a while.
Hey, nothing's wrong with
Windows
burn
10 is
eyes.
built
You're
in
just a chicken.
keylogger. But no,
Yeah, I don't like any software that monitors everything I'm doing. It's not like I have anything to hide, but I was comparing this to Rhino the other day when he was telling me he had Windows 10. I was like, if I was sitting in my kitchen in the morning reading my newspaper, I still wouldn't want 15 people looking in through the window watching me do it. Like I'm not doing anything wrong by reading my newspaper. It's just creepy to know that there's like 15 people who could sit there and watch me do it.
well,
And
it's
that's what
part of
Windows 10 is all
privacy.
about.
That's
Well, yeah, but some people say you have no privacy. That argument has already been lost, and you don't have. At the moment you step outside your door, you're being monitored by cameras everywhere, and you're being monitored in your home as well by cell phones that listen to everything you're talking about. But I think it just comes down to it's creepy. It's creepy to think that a
Obama
company
is
has
the
access to
devil.
that.
Obama is the devil. Sorry, I'm talking to my cell phone.
I don't know. Like I said, privacy is an issue that a lot of people have issues or coming up with suggestions on what they should and what they shouldn't do, but because I have an option, I just go with Windows 7. Windows 7 works perfectly fine. I don't get any issues with that on most computers except for the one that I built myself. And again, I think it's just because I built this myself. But like I said, Windows 7 is is a good operating system, and most programs out there still work fine with it. So
For
until I have
now.
to upgrade, I prefer not to. Yeah,
Technology definitely outpaced our morality.
yeah. I think when I have to upgrade, I'll probably just go to Linux. It's the learning curve. Otherwise, I'd already be there by now.
Oh,
Like
you don't
Linux
know
is a good
Linux?
operating system. It's no, unfortunately, I mean, I've used it a few times, but it is, I won't say dramatically different from Windows, but it does have significant differences.
You
Yeah.
can get
And
a Linux desktop that looks just like Windows. You
Yep.
don't even know
yeah,
what it is.
yeah, you can. But I mean, like I said, there's differences between them, and there's going to be a learning curve there. Plus, the downside right now is games are not made
For
for Linux. You
Linux.
can get them to work on there, but they're not made for it. And so that's for me when I do these videos, I have to take that into account. And for
Since,
Windows, games are made for it. So they automatically work there.
since even you, when you have a good computer and everything's working right, you still screw it up. I'm going to tell you this. If you see a big blue flash and smoke, it's a bad
See, I've never had any hardware issues like that. I've never caught anything on fire. I buy good stuff. It was when I was looking at power supplies, I would read some of the reviews that people had from power supplies that came in from like China and stuff like that. And someone would say that they plugged it into their brand new computer and smoke started, pouring out, and they lost everything. Like their entire computer was fried because of this just really badly made power supply that just completely destroyed everything. It just boggled my mind how anybody would do it after they read those reviews. Like people read those reviews and they still went out and bought it. And then they would write a review saying, I read the review, I ignored it, I bought it anyways. Don't buy this product. I'm like, if you ignored it, why would anybody else? I mean, there's going to be people out there who are going to ignore yours and they're going to buy that. And it's just crazy. Like spend the extra $40 and get the power supply that's not going to shred your, $400, $500 graphics card and all your RAM and your CPU and your motherboard combined. So yeah,
thing. That's one thing you just made me think of. I find it really funny that in your entire computer, the most expensive thing is actually your video card.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. I mean, for me, mine was the CPU. I went with the most expensive CPU I could get and a motherboard that was able to be upgraded kind of down the road. And then I went with a standard graphics card. I could have gone really high end, but those things are freaking nuts. Have you seen like the brand new ones coming out right now? They're like two, three, sometimes up to like $6,000 for like the best one on the market. I can't imagine doing that's like a car.
So it's
I'm not going to spend that much money on a graphics card.
so you're saying you're poor.
Yeah, I cannot spend $6,000 on a graphics card. If that makes me poor, then I'm poor because
See,
I wouldn't do that if I was a millionaire. If they were going to
the
give it to me, I try it, but I'm not. I'm never going to spend that much money. No, it's just not going to happen.
the smartest thing to do is actually you buy. I have like my own system that I rate things. Like you have the top tier video cards, and then when those get a little bit older, like just a couple months, they drop down to tier two
That's
because
Zorn's.
new
No,
ones came out.
he's not in our group.
Oh, is somebody else's?
Yeah.
But as soon as they drop down to tier two, their price drops like by 2/3.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I buy them.
Yeah, yeah. I try to go down to like tier four, tier five,
Yeah.
way after they've gone out, and then of course you can always just do SLI
You
and
don't
combine the two together, or the three
don't
or the four, depending on how much your motherboard can handle.
you don't want a $30 video card, buddy.
No, no, I'm talking about 400 or 500 bucks for a video card.
That's not tier 4 or 5
Yeah, it's pretty close to it nowadays.
because I don't even count those $6,000 ones at
Well,
all.
those are the tier ones. I mean, whether you want to count them or not, they're the greatest ones on the market. And there are people who are not only buying one of those, they're buying like four of those at a time, and connecting them together. So
Those are the buy this if your brain damaged.
no, they say that they want the best computer on the market. They overclock it. They want the just the greatest you can
It's
possibly
not even.
get, and it is for
It,
them. I mean, it is
no,
for them.
it,
They
it,
show off. They show off. It's to get that
well, yeah,
extra
it's for
little
show off,
millisecond.
but If you look at the stats of the number one $6,000 video card, and then you look at one that's like $600, there's not really much difference.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, there's a difference, but not a huge difference.
Exactly.
Not worth the the extra 5,500 bucks or 400 bucks for it
Yeah.
that you would have to pay. But there is a difference, and if somebody was offering it to you for free and said, "Do you want this one or this one?" You'd go with the better one. You'd go with the $6,000 one. People just don't want to pay that price. It's not worth the money in
Well, it
that sense.
depends. If they say I could have one of the 6,000 and four of the 600, I would take the four 600.
Yeah, but they're not going to offer you that. In fact, they're not going to offer either one. But I'm just saying, if you had the choice between picking between the two, the other one is better than the first one. It's just unfortunately the money price on it definitely makes it where you don't want to buy that. But when you're playing this game, guys, you don't really even need like you can go with a graphics card that's like 5, 6, 7 years old and still be able to play this game. It is not graphically intense
Well,
anymore. At the time it first came out, it was, and you needed a really good graphics card, and even then you had to lower the graphics to be
if
able to play it.
if you have a computer that is was decent in 1999, you can play this game.
No, no. I mean, this came out in 1999, and I had a decent computer at that time, and it could barely play this game.
I think
Like it was state of the art at the
it's
time.
different than mine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like a decent computer for a lot of people is something that can run like Microsoft Office and check email and maybe connect to like Facebook. Like that's what most
That's
people use their computers for.
no, that's not a decent computer. I'm talking
That's
game.
exactly what I would imagine a lot of people out there use their computer for, because that's exactly what people use their tablets for, and they're actually replacing their computers with tablets because that's all they do. There's of course
Well,
the
yeah,
bigger percentage of people. There's the bigger percentage of people that are gamers that use computers for what we use them for, but the everyday person, the housewives, the guy who works and comes home and checks his
like
email and then
Facebook
goes to bed,
games.
like that's pretty much what they use it for. So decent has a lot of different meanings depending on what kind of field you find yourself in. Like I know my sister, she's a secretary for an oil company, and she uses a computer all day long. She doesn't play any games on it. She just uses like spreadsheet and Office and Excel and all those other programs like that. Some of
Yeah,
them are pretty
that
graphically intense
actually.
for the blueprints, but beyond that,
Now with that, you wouldn't need much of a video card, but you would need
exactly.
a butt ton of memory.
But that's what I'm saying. Like decent really covers a lot of bases depending on what you use your computer
Talking
for.
about games, so obviously it's going to
They
be
didn't they
gaming.
didn't really make gaming computers back then.
Yes, they did.
Not really, no. I mean, that was something you had to do manually yourself. You could get a computer and you could upgrade
Well,
the RAM and you could
they
upgrade
didn't
the
sell
graphics
it
card.
as a gaming computer.
Right.
They sold gaming computers. They always have.
They sold computers that were really, really good, but those weren't decent. Those were the state of the art ones that you're going to be paying an arm and a leg for. And I didn't have access to those at the time. Those were way too expensive. And they still are to this day. Like I had to spend a lot of money on this one that I didn't really want to spend
How much did
just
you
to get everything
spend?
working so that I overall like the whole thing with the case and all the pieces on the inside and
Everything.
You don't want to say the
everything.
number on while we're recording.
I
That's
don't
true.
mind saying it. It was more than I wanted to, guys. It was close to about 2,000 for everything, including the mic and the case. I got a really nice case that's upgradable, so I probably will never have to buy another computer case ever again. I even did a
Yes, you.
video on it so you guys can see what it looks like. It doesn't look beautiful on the outside. It's just a box, but on the inside it has just so much space. It has I think it has close to like 15 fans, and it has room for I think like 5 more fans to be added. You can have close to 15 or 20 hard drives inside of it, along with several CD drives or DVD drives. If that's even a thing in the future, I don't think it will be. I think I'll probably just pop that sucker out, use it for hard drive space in the future as well. And yeah, I just wanted something I could grow with because this is the first real computer I've ever bought. All the other ones have been pre-made, Dells. And for those of you who may never have used a
So wait,
Dell,
wait. So in other words, this is your first computer that's not a piece of crap.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't want to put it that way, but yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yo,
This is the first
pre-builts are
computer.
crap.
Yeah, unfortunately, most of the computers I've ever had have never been able to play state-of-the-art games, games that are just coming out. So I've always been a little bit behind the curve in playing games a few years beyond what everybody else is. People will, be like, "Oh, did you try that new game?" And I'd be like, "No, my computer would just have a heart attack looking at that thing." So, yeah, now I can play games that have just come out, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I love it. I'm playing Fallout 4 right now, and I could not be happier. That game is just amazing, and I'm not getting any problems with it. No problems. The game's not lagging. It's not choppy. It's not freaking out on me. It's kind of a change. I'm not used to it at all because I'm wondering when the other shoe will drop, and we'll like miss stuff on it. So,
Can you
yeah,
put
I'm
multi-video cards on that board?
I can. The problem with that is the video card that I picked out.
It's
It
not.
is a fat one. It has fans on it and has extra power that it needs and stuff. And the motherboard that I picked has the video cards too close together for a fat graphics card. If I just got the graphics card without the fans on it, I could have up to three. But
So you
with
should
the
have planned ahead and gotten a different video card. Gotcha.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I didn't think that was going to be an issue. To be honest, I wasn't looking for more than one graphics card because it already was costing me way too much as it is. And
Well, I'm
like I
not
said, it
saying that.
added
I'm
up. And I
saying
wanted
that.
to
Hold on.
And I actually like the graphics cards that have the heat sinks on them and the fans on them. It seems like they stay cooler. Obviously, that's what it's made for, but it seems like they run a little bit smoother as well. And now that's not from a lot of experience. I'd be completely wrong. The other ones may run just fine, but yeah, like I said, I'm not a big computer guy, but I have done, a ton of research recently to make sure that I bought the right stuff.
But as for the video card, I wasn't saying, oh, go out and grab two right now. I'm saying that you get the one right now, and then like 6, 8 months down the road, when your computer's a little bit lower quality, that video card that you bought for $400 to $600 is probably going to be $100. So you could just grab the second video card and give a wicked upgrade to your computer.
Yeah, I mean, I could always do that, but I'm hoping I won't have to anytime soon
God
because
damn it.
oh, there's a train coming,
Fuck
guy.
my
Train
pet.
coming.
No, the guy already ran through and my pet decided to attack, so.
Did we lose some people? Yeah, we lost some people, right?
Yeah, one guy had to go because he had a phone call. The other guy, I don't know what happened. I had to zone.
Well, I think this is a good place to go ahead and end the episode. Then, if you want to do your outro, man.
Um, all I can say is thank you, everyone, for coming. Cipher Deck. Wow. Blah. So many people I need to remember. AC Gamer, thank you for joining.
Anytime, guys. Thanks for coming out, and as always, a pleasure.
Dark Dragon, thank you for coming.
It's about the pickles, man.
And my name's been Locan Gaming, and we'll catch you guys later. But don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. See you guys later.